Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Cradle. So, I'm an idiot. It seems like I've always had this problem where I can't see the trees for the forest, so I always have this kind of lack of detail, wide vision that I have. So I just was not seeing that there is a rock with an arrow carved into it. The yurt is directly back that way. Just, I would say, about two groupings of rocks. So we're supposed to go this way. It turns out also, and I do have the walkthrough open to me, so um, that I was supposed to pick up rocks and throw them at the fruit, and that was the way I was supposed to do it. So I come across a group of rocks. You should see the cache poking out in the sand nearby. So, let's see. Yeah, I think... So this really wasn't as complicated as it was. So a sorrowful tree is a tree that fell down. I was going to totally the wrong place. And if I'm looking at the walkthrough pictures right, there should be a cache in this pile of rocks or behind that pile of rocks. Oh man. I think I might be stuck. Seriously? I'm pressing space, I can't do anything. Alright. Back to loading to the favorite toy again. This is ridiculous. So we've run into two major problems. Getting stuck in the dome, and now so we'll just walk to the rock. So it's not this rock, it's this rock. I didn't see the arrow. The arrow takes me this direction. And somewhere in this pile of rocks in the sand is our toy. And we'll try not to jump. Take it slow as the game is kind of loading everything back in. Notice they did not do a good job at all with the foliage. It's just clipping through rocks like crazy. Of course it isn't running very smoothly, so had they tried to do anything more, it would have been a bigger issue. Okay, alright, so here's another arrow. So I bet I need to go over this way. So it wasn't in that pile of rocks, it was in a different pile of rocks. Here we go. I clicked on it even though there wasn't a prompt. And we've got a toy that'll have no need for the toy. And inside of here we've got a brain. So finally we can go back to the yurt, I think, and put the brain in the computer, the robot body, and have a conversation. By the way, we're hearing different music, which is a little intriguing. Also see... sound effects. So this seems to be a... how'd I get in here? Right, back to the yurt. Yeah, it took me around in circles more than I thought. Maybe this was a game trying to sell a soundtrack. There's quite a few of those on Steam. It's not a smart move, in my opinion, ever. I've only once in my entirety of playing hundreds upon hundreds of games thought about purchasing a soundtrack, and so most video game music is not interesting, intentionally so. It's designed to be a boring experience so that you don't get frustrated. So everything's back to normal. I'm just going to put this brain unit on the floor and then we pull up this brain unit and put it in, and then we pull up the headpiece here and put it on. Now we have a new task. Let's see, what does it say? The favorite toy as a child was a processing device, the main part of a mechanical body. There are two more parts in the yurt. Use them to repair the young android woman. She may provide valuable information. Find and connect the synchronizer. So. Something is wrong, I better turn her off. Some components must be missing. Strange device on the yellow table. I'm not sure what it is. Yellow table. Let's see. Which one's the yellow table? This won't come out anymore. So that's in permanently. Let's see. Find and connect to synchronizer. Is there some kind of drawer or something? Message is displayed, lid open. See how that works. No flour in the phytocopier. This doesn't seem like anything. What other strange devices do we have? Okay. It can't be used. Oh, seriously? Right, so I keep dropping this strange device, and the item doesn't work. Okay. Find and connect the synchronizer. It says. Alright, what if this device here unlocks this device? Would this have a picture of what a synchronizer looks like? No, it doesn't even seem like it has a piece that's labeled as a synchronizer. I suppose it's questionable, yeah, why they have a female body type robot. Well, since we saw those black things, I'm gonna take that and assume that that's helpful. But frankly, I'm just gonna start looking at the walkthrough. Let's see. Okay. Click on the male body's forehead to remove the covering. Or is it? It says in body, so maybe this is supposed to be. Yeah. Maybe it's not male body, maybe it's machine body. Okay. There's objects up there, but can't really reach them. Alright, it says take out the newer chip you find inside and replace it with the one. Don't turn on the body yet, there are the missing parts. Click on the mid section to remove the chest cover. Okay, that's new. Okay. So, let's try to play this a little bit before we get crazy. Meanwhile, is there any other part of the body that could be removed? Like right-clicking doesn't look at things, and again, this whole thing should be voiced. It would be really helpful. Let's see. When comparing what you see on the poster earlier, you can see two parts are missing: a synchronizer, a flat round device, and a container, a small orange capsule. Let's see. Now what's funny is this body is bouncing up and down, and I'm bouncing up and down. Right, so a synchronizer, I think, is this, and small orange capsule. Alright, there's a small orange capsule. So, we can put that in. And then, new task, find and connect the synchronizer. There we go. So parts from this robot have been taken out to make this character, to make the computer and the radio work. So what's our task now? Switch on the mechanical woman and talk to her. First time we've been able to talk, we are 2+ hours into the game. this working? Finally. Finally, we can discuss something with somebody. I don't know if this is supposed to be a sister or a like significant other at all, or a girlfriend, wife, a mother, maybe not female at all. So we'll see. So we can say hi.
Hi.
Oh, you actually do have some voice text, just nothing up until this point, 2 hours in.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Where am I?
Somewhere in Mongolia, in some yurt.
What happened to me?
I don't know, I don't remember anything either.
I don't know. I don't remember anything either.
I guess I
You
just
who switched me on?
click here and just keep moving forward.
Yes.
It's
Are you
not
a
really...
worker?
Are you a number? Or is that Mulger? I was talking, I didn't hear what they said.
I don't know. But I doubt it.
Where did you get my neurochip?
I found it in a cache underground.
What cache?
A long time ago, I hid a cache of toys in the ground.
You were playing with my neurochip and then buried it in the ground?
Looks that way, but I don't remember any of it. My name is Enibish, I think. And you are?
What do you want?
I want to know what's going on here.
You're not a Mulgar.
I don't know what a Mulger is.
I don't know what a mulger is. Can you explain?
Someone who kidnaps people and sells their substance.
What substance? I don't understand.
My name is Ida, and I understand even less than you do. I do not recognize this body. There's something wrong with it. I can't see anything and I don't feel my legs. What's wrong with my legs?
So, yeah, we're not getting... Like, this could have easily just been a cutscene or conversation. Like, it really isn't adding anything to the gameplay to have me have to click. There's no benefit of this. You're not really even picking choices in most instances. Maybe once we saw some random choices, but most of it, it's just click A to continue.
They're, fused together. Kind of like a vase.
What?
Yeah.
You've got a flower vase where your legs should be.
That's ridiculous. I'm scared.
Calm down, Ida. Tell me, are you a robot?
I'm a human being in an artificial body.
You mean you've had your body replaced?
Half of humanity had their bodies replaced. Where did you get my neurochip?
Ida, I've just now found it in an old cache.
The cache you made when you were a child.
Yes, if my journal is to be trusted.
How could my neurochip have ended up in the hands of a child?
Ongots brought it. My father's trained golden eagle. I don't know where he had found it.
How long ago was that?
Long. 18 years ago.
Listen, Enibish. I feel ill at ease here and scared. I want to remember who I am and return home. Please help me.
Sure, I'll try. The voice acting of the male character that we're playing as he's kind of unenergetic. And that may be a poor thing to say, but yeah, he sounds like he's a programmer during the lines. in some kind of sound booth without even knowing what the emphasis of every sentence should be. Like, he should be a little bit excited, a little bit freaked out. He should be making some vocal sounds other than just saying the words straight. Like, there's a lot of mystery here.
I want the same thing. How can I help?
You need to call the evacuators. They'll come and take me away. I've been trying to send a request, but it's useless. My marker isn't answering.
So now we finally start to get some choices.
What marker?
The authenticity marker. It's like my passport. It's got all my personal data. All requests must be accompanied by data from the marker, but it appears to be broken.
So what do we do?
I don't know. We might be able to use my neurocopy number, but I don't remember it. I remember almost nothing about myself.
Just like me.
Well, at least you're in your home. You know about your childhood, your family.
At least,
I'm not sure if I'm home.
as far as we know.
I don't know this place.
Strange. Listen, why don't you start asking me questions? Anything you wish to know. Maybe that will help sort my memories. Maybe I'll even remember the number.
Like, I've been kind of asking her questions.
Are you all right?
I feel something is wrong with this body. I can't figure out what, but we need to hurry.
Tell me about artificial bodies.
About bodies? All right.
I guess they had to fuse her
They're
legs so
called
she couldn't just
M-bodies.
walk up and follow you for the rest of the game.
Hold on. Why replace people's bodies?
Because of the epidemic. There was a virus that spread across the globe. A sterility virus. They couldn't fight it, so they developed this body replacement program. Transferring consciousness from a regular body into a mechanical one.
Alright, how does that fix sterility, though? Just making the last generation of humans immortal. Yeah. I guess maybe there was a thought that... I guess if you transferred 100% of all life forms into mechanical things, then a virus wouldn't be able to survive, and then you could maybe transfer back into biological bodies and have children again, if that's something they can do. It probably is a one-way ticket. But yeah, unless you've figured out some complicated computer algorithm to make digital children in their own embodies, you haven't fixed a sterility virus's main problem.
Kind of like a personal refuge?
Right. A temporary refuge. People use it to hide from decrepitude. Once the virus is cured, we'll be able to return to our regular bodies.
I guess that was their plan.
The virus could be gone by now. It's been years.
I don't know. It was just so... No treatment worked. Not antibiotics, nothing. There was only one substance capable of destroying the virus, Passium. But the accumulation process was extremely slow.
Okay, how was it accumulated?
How was it accumulated?
It was extracted from people themselves. Human beings produced it with their nervous system.
Nervous system? I don't get it.
Well, Passium can only be extracted from emotions. Whenever you experience an emotion, any emotion, your M-body manufactures a little bit of the substance.
That's ridiculous. Okay.
A substance produced by emotions?
Yes. Emotions were the only thing capable of making a remedy against the virus. As a result, Passium skyrocketed in value, far surpassing everything else. And every person, they became...
Everybody became a source of value? Question mark. At this point, I would say a game producer's decision could have been made just from what I've heard of the voice acting of the main character. You could have just cut the main character's voice out completely, had this female actor say these same lines and many, many more lines just to you through a radio or in your head explaining things. She's doing a much better job than he is.
Everybody became
Or
a
you
source of
replace the voice actor.
Yes, although there were people whose substance was considered more valuable than that of others.
value. Who were those people?
People that were special somehow. They had something. They were greatly respected, but I can't remember. I think I figured out what's wrong with me. I can't breathe.
Breathe, you need oxygen?
Breathe? You need oxygen?
I simply need to inhale air. It's been inherited from my former body, a reflex. I can't get rid of it. All M bodies have a special module built in for this very purpose. It imitates breathing.
Can I help you somehow?
I need a breathing module. Could you find it for me?
Where do I look? We're in the middle of the steppe.
The steppe and nothing else? Describe for me what's around here.
The river, some abandoned complex,
What kind of complex?
a big dome with multicolored sails.
Hold on. Yes, I see it. I've got access to it. The Gerbera Garden. Enebish, I remember this name. I used to have a connection to this place. I think that it's an amusement park.
It looks the part.
M-body parts were stored there, in the pavilions. It should definitely have a breathing module.
Body parts in a children's park?
They were once used in a show, but I don't remember exactly how.
All right, I'll try.
Find the 7th pavilion. I'll try to find the password to the file database. It may contain my data. If I remember anything, I'll contact you.
Help me understand something.
What's
Ask
that?
some questions. While we're here, we might as well go through everything.
What's a neurochip?
A consciousness carrier. When a body gets replaced, the subject's nervous system is copied to the neurochip. There it lives and develops, just like in the former body, or close enough to it. For one thing, there used to be no need to reboot yourself.
Reboot?
Sometimes the neurochip needs rebooting to clear the errors that accumulate. I don't really know much about it. Essentially, if too many errors pile up, it starts to disrupt your thinking. You start feeling out of it. That's when the neurochip should be switched off and back on. We call that a
Interesting.
reboot, and it is a highly, highly unpleasant procedure.
What do you mean by disrupted thinking?
Well, your speech gets distorted, for instance. You start mumbling as if you're delirious, but it doesn't end there. Your motor functions can be affected. It varies.
It's kind of like a digital dementia.
Got it.
Alright. So do I want to turn her off or do I want to leave her on? I guess I want to leave her on. Get across the enclosure. Alright, so let's just make sure we've got the flashlight. And let's go. Like, we already know how to do this. So this shouldn't give us really any trouble. But clearly there's more game and we're getting more audio. I do like the audio here, but it feels very unearned and undeserving considering what little we're actually doing in the game. Desperation toxin. Keep it away. So it feels like emotions do manage to create a several substances, at least a couple of them. And we'll have to hope we don't get stuck. So hearing some interesting vocalization in the music. New task. Find and search the 7th pavilion.
Enibish, I remembered who those people were. The ones whose Passium was regarded as more valuable. It was their genes that made them special. Their DNA had fewer errors. In other words, these were people with good heredity. Such people produce a special kind of Passium, which contains a valuable component. It was this component that was needed to fight the virus and not the whole substance. That was why they commanded such respect. Humanity's struggle against the virus hinged on them. Back then, everybody used to say that the emotions of beautiful people were our salvation.
So, beautiful people. Frankly, this whole sterility virus sounds to me like a like some shenanigans. That is a curated disease. Alright, that does not work. So the flashlight's useless. I think I just dropped it too. So. So if this is making smoke out of it, probably does have a breathing apparatus in it. So it's kind of like a dragon or a Chinese dragon type thing. I guess we'll try and interact with it something. Here, there's a lot of things. A lot of things lit up. Seriously, I'm probably just going to use the walkthrough again. Because there's a ton of stuff here and none of it seems like it's interactable. I don't know if maybe I didn't get all the way through inside this area before, or if it just wouldn't have powered up before. You can see something over there is moving. It looks like something was moving. Nope. Here we have floating spores. Like a memory bubble or something. See, I don't even know what I'm doing, but I think I might end up with a platforming quest that that really requires me to get way higher. How am I supposed to know which is the 7th pavilion? Like, I see one area, and that's it. So, the idea that there would be a 7th pavilion doesn't really make sense. So, let's look at the walkthrough and see what it shows me. Let's see. Note the number on each signs. We need to get to pavilion number 7 in the sands. To reach it, go down the yellow vertical tube stretching down to the let's see. To reach it, go to the yellow tube stretching down to the ground nearby. Alright. So I don't see any numbers. The elevator is out of order. So that's not the right one. I don't see any numbers. Alright, here's one that looks like it's lit up. Let's go up here and see what this does. It sucks us up with either anti-gravity or with magnetism, and if it sucks us up with magnetism, then it makes me question. Okay, where is that gonna put me? That just put me back where I started. Seems kind of ridiculous to, again, have a way where you can instant die and then not really do anything with it. Right, now I can see a number, 2 tropical isles. So, if that's the way we're gonna play with this, then we probably, let's see, I'll go forward. Like, it locks you into a slide and then, right. I don't know where 7 would be. This over here looks like something, like it's lit up, so we'll try it. It's kind of crazy that this is all still working. Look at all the broken glass and such. Alright, we found 7th.
You're at the location. Hold on, I'll try to open the doors.
Okay. I don't think we're going to spend a lot of time in here. I feel like spikes are coming out of this wall. Everything's fading to black. Are we... Do you just dream it? It's weird to have a dream sequence in the middle of a game. But okay. This does give us the opportunity to put us in a different place. Alright. Pavilion Endless Lands. Collect 30 blue cubes to gain the breathing module. Hurl cubes into the uprising stream. Hold right mouse button when throwing to make a burst of cubes. Don't fall in the water. This reduces your score. Make use of the uprising stream to lift yourself. Create platforms. Valuable cubes are hidden inside of those. Apply the cube to a white one to create a platform. Right click to delete the cubes blocking your way. This seems like a lot of work. And this doesn't seem like a game that... Let's see. So, cube, and then you take it and place it, and are you supposed to just toss it? Well, we've got like a bad guy who's blowing up things. There's all kinds of... Okay, I can kind of see why people are complaining about this. Right. Like, this is not fun. I can already see this is not going to be amazingly fun. Right. Oh, come on. So that creates a platform. What was the point of doing that? Right. I don't know if I can really do this without falling to my death. I guess I can just hold it in my inventory. And then I can bring it back and then toss it this way. You can try and make a platform to get up higher. But I don't know if I can really succeed at this. Alright, we're at the top. Alright. Well, I dropped a cube down that way. So I've got to make these little platforms to try and get... this is more gameplay than I was expecting by far. see. Come on. There we go. See, I don't think I'm gonna get like one more and then I'm done. I think there's still more to be done. Let's see. One more and hopefully that's it. Hopefully we don't have to go any further. But apparently so. Maybe that we hit a checkpoint. Maybe the game would be that generous at least. Let's see. Come on. I cannot click the right one. There we go. I'm clicking the wrong buttons as part of the problem. This is not particularly going well, and I don't particularly understand the purpose of the white cubes. And I don't know if I'm missing blues or if blues decide to add themselves to the whole experience later on. What happens if I pick up and toss that? I don't think anything happens. I wonder what would happen if I picked up and tossed a white one. Let's see. Thought I missed one. Yeah, I think I did. I probably need to get out of here and climb back up. Okay. So where do I want to land? So I've either misunderstood how this game works terribly, or I've made major mistakes. I'm not seeing any blues at all. And it doesn't feel like this game ends until you have all the blues. So have I just found some way of making it impossible for me to succeed? Right. Yeah, I think this last blue has to be placed on a white, and then what that does is, I think, open the door to. And I'm just losing more and more. So this has to be some kind of balancing factor. I just want to be done with this. This is boring. I may end up having to play this whole thing off screen just to be done with it, because I don't think it's worth spending another 30 minutes trying to struggle through this if it really is just a case of I failed to pick up enough blues to put on these white cubes to make more blue cubes. Like these things don't count, clearly. So Alright. Ah, darn it. Same. Okay. Let me look at the walkthrough and see if I understand this right. You find yourself in a mini game which needs to be complete in order to get the part you came from. The instructions can be a little unclear, but your basic goal is to get 30 points by picking up the light blue cubes and throwing them in the swirling pillow in the center of the area. The light blue cubes are dotted around the arena, both on the surface and hidden behind blocks. You can use right click to dislodge blocks and dig your way through, and left click to place a cube Minecraft style. There are several vertical levels in the area. You can dig through the floor to get to a low one, or jump into the pillar of air to be carried up to a higher one. At the very bottom is water, which should be avoided as it removes cubes from your score if you touch it. It will also destroy any dislodged cubes that land on it. There are also fewer types of other cubes around: white, red, and gray. They all do something if you use a light blue block on them with a left click. The white ones are most useful, as using a light blue block on them will create a new blocks in a square shape. This is worth doing because it always produces 2 light blue blocks and sometimes another white block too. The red one will explode and dislodge blocks around them, but it will not harm you. The gray block will create a cube of dark gray blocks, which have to be right clicked repeatedly or blown up with a red block to be destroyed. There's no reason to use these. Periodically an evil monster will appear from the center pillar. It'll attempt to fly your position and explode after a few seconds. It cannot harm you, but it'll dislodge blocks around you and can potentially drop you and dislodge cubes into the water. You can either move away in the last second or throw any block to make it explode. Finally, the pillar of air will sometimes turn into a vacuum for a few seconds, which prevents you from turning any cubes until it switches black. Turning in any cubes until it switches black. You can tell when it's about to happen because the score counter in the bottom left will start swirling. The vacuum will dislodge a few cubes. It will suck dislodged cubes into the water below. If you take too long to complete the minigame, the vacuum will eventually render it unwinnable because there's nowhere left to stand and no light blue cubes left to collect. basic strategy. Taking all of this into account, the minigame may seem complicated, but the basic strategy is very simple. Starting at the highest level, gather every light blue cube you see before moving down. Remember to use light blue cubes on white ones, and then to create more light blue cubes. If the monsters appears, try and make them explode anyway from any light blue cubes you haven't gathered yet. Explode away from any light blue cubes you haven't gathered yet. Once the inventory is full of cubes, wait for the monster to appear, and before holding right click to toss all your cubes in the pillar. If the monster appears while you're throwing cubes in it, he may explode and knock the cubes away, which sucks. Check your score meter in the bottom left to make sure the vacuum is not about to turn before you throw cubes in. If you fall down, use the pillar of air to get back up, or build a stairway. Build a stairway to succeed there. Alright, so if I was to load, which is what I'm going to have to do, into Endless Sands, where are we otherwise? We're kind of in the middle. Like, we're at, well, no, we're at 8 of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 scenes. So, yeah, I don't think I feel a need to record another 30 minutes or so of me doing Endless Sands, so I'll just do this off screen. It sucks. Like, we're not doing too well here at all as far as having an entertaining experience. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend or follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below in the description box. And if you want to support me even further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.